Hi viewers, this is Dr. Jana and you are watching video with me on concept of machine learning and the various regression and classification algorithms, right? So nowadays in the real-time applications we are frequently using this machine learning algorithms. This is the main objective here, that we want to predict something based on certain inputs, right? So this is the things what we are using. And in machine learning, we will be using this especially Python. You can use any language, but we will be using Python for other different libraries of this Python also. Now before that, let us have some idea about what is this machine learning and what is the exact things we are going to do it on this various type of regression or the various type of classification. Okay, so as we know, the machine learning, it is a part of artificial intelligence, or it is one particular type of artificial intelligence or subset of artificial intelligence. So what is the thing it is done here? So it goes for the particular type of training to the system, so that the system is able to predict something based on its experience. Not because in the traditional your programming, what we do, we write a program, run a program, and we get the output for that one. But that not exactly happens in our machine learning or artificial intelligence based system. So what it happens here? So from the input we are giving, from the data or the input we are giving, from that the machine learns and it is able to take, or it is able to predict, or it is able to decide some things. So based on itself, it does not need any external teacher or external person to do that one, right? So here the outcome is not explicitly programmed. That is the main thing. Then what is machine learning does? This machine learning, it enables the system to learn and improve from experience without any explicitly program, right? And the machine learning, it focuses on developing computer program that can access data and use it to learn themselves. So that is the main idea in our machine learning. So there are number of definitions, but we are nothing to do with the definitions. Let us understand what is the concept. Then we do two type of things. One is either the regression purpose we use it, or use for the classification. Then we should have some idea about what is this regression. The regression algorithm, this predicts a continuous value based on this input variables. Say if you see here this diagram below here, this x-axis is represented by the independent variables. Okay, this is the independent variables. The y-axis is represented by the dependent variable. Okay, or we call it the responsive variable here, and here also we call it as the we will give a different name to this one. We call it as the I will tell you the different names we are giving it for that one, but in general we are calling it the independent variable and we call it as the dependent variable, right? Now see, it will be given, say where we will be using for these things. For example, suppose some category given like the probability it will rain, or the say suppose the quantity like the income, the scores, the marks, etc., the height or weight, and also the probability it may rain tomorrow or today. So like that, these are the things we can predict using all the things. So provided the input data is given, based on that we will be able to go for these regressions, right? So we have different type of regressions. Are you understanding what I am telling that? So first of all, I am telling that we are going for the particular type of prediction using the dependent variables. Okay, in the prediction x-axis we are using the independent variable, and y-axis we are going for the dependent variable. Then we are having basically three type of regressions. So first one is the simple linear regression. We are talking about the linear regression. Linear regression we are having two types. One is the simple linear regression. Second one is the multiple linear regression. And another type of regression we are going for, that is the polynomial regression. These are for non-linear relationship, right? So now let us understand what is this simple linear regressions. Then we will go for the remaining two. In the simple linear regressions, we are going to estimate, or we are going to predict the relation between one independent variable and another dependent variables, right? So that means I am going to calculate the dependent variable with respect to a single independent variable. That means the independent variable I am using a single one. So this is the case of a simple linear regression. But in case of multiple linear regressions, this is just extension of the simple linear regression. Here multiple regressions can be predicted, where the multiple regression can be predicted, it can predict the value of a dependent variable based on the values of two or more independent variables. Here the independent variable can be more than two, and the dependent variable will be 1. So this type of regressions we call it as the multiple linear regressions. Another type of, so these are the things it is represented by the straight line like that. But we are having certain things which are non-linear in nature. So the main aim of this polynomial regression, it is to model or to find the nonlinear relationship between the dependent and the independent variables. Okay, so these are the things which we come across, and we see here I am giving an example what exactly how to know the difference between regression and the classification. You see, suppose I am going to predict the temperature tomorrow, and all the temperature is represented by the Fahrenheit. You can say it here. So it is given 0, 20, 40, 60 like that. All these values is given in the x-axis, and I am going to predict, because suppose today it is 82 degree and tomorrow what will be the temperature. So this with respect to x-axis we are finding the output y-axis. So this is I am getting 84 degree. It is a numerical value I am getting it here. Okay. So this type of estimating or this type of things we call it the regression. We call it the regression. It is regressed. It is getting the output just like some values, like some numerical values. But in the classification, what happens? I am not going to predict the number. It is 84, 83, 86. I want to say I have to classify tomorrow it is cold or hot. Okay. So I say up to say 60 degree Fahrenheit it is cold, and beyond 60 degrees say I say it is hot. You say any temperature, what is you put the threshold, I don't know what is the Fahrenheit. So now in this classification, the output will be either it will be cold or it will be hot. It is not going to predict 84 degree Fahrenheit or 87 degrees Fahrenheit. Instead that it is going to tell you it is a hot or cold. It is going to tell you hot and cold. So like that, these type of predictions it is coming under the classification. Is it clear? So these are the things we will be doing practicing in our machine learning algorithm, and the various algorithms also will be using. Okay, so then next we will be going for in details. Okay, I just go for another thing. Here what we are going, let us have an idea about all the things what I am discussing, that just you observe it here. Here we are going for the detail of the regression. Before the regression I will tell you another thing, the different type of classification. Okay, so this is things I better go for the classification is here. I think yes, it is fine. So right. Here I will be discussing, before going for our regressions, let us have an idea about what are the different type of classifications and what exactly classification does. There are mainly 4 type of classifications that just that mentioned below. One is the binary classification, second one is the multi-class classification, third one is the multi-level classification, fourth one is the imbalance classifications. Okay, in the binary classification machine learning, what we do, so this type of classification involves separating the data set into 2 categories. Okay, it means that the output variable can only take 2 values. For example, the input you take the email, whatever the email content we take it, that from that it is going to predict whether it is a spam or it is not a spam. So what are the 2? It is coming, either it is a spam, it will say it is a spam, or it will say it is not a spam. Okay, so this type of classification we call it as the binary classification of the machine learning, right? So the second category is the multi-class classification machine learning. What happens here? You see, in multi-class classification, the output variables can be more than 2. See here I have given an example of 3. See, the input I am taking, the data set I am taking in 4 variables. Okay, 4 input variables I am taking. One is the petal length, one is the sepal length, one is the petal width, and the sepal width. So what is the input variables I am taking, or the independent variable taking? Independent variable I am taking 4 type. 4 variables I am taking. So petal length, what is the length of the petal, what is the width of the petal, what is the length of the sepal, and what is the length of this or width of the sepal. So, okay, so then what I am going to predict? So I am going to predict, but the output here it is 3. So we are having 3 type of things. What are they? Like the iris setosa, the iris versicolor, and iris virginica. So like that, these are the 3 different outputs. That means when I am going to classify into more than 2, so this will be, we will be calling that the multi-class classifier machine learning, right? So another type of things we are having, that is the multi-level we are having the multi-level classification machine learning. What happens here? This is an extraordinary type of classification task. Here what happens, you see, you observe this diagram. This you can see one image is here. In this image you can see a bus is there, a car is there, and also some people are there, working men and women there working, and so many objects are there. So this is an extraordinary type of classification task with multiple output variables for each instance from the dataset. So dataset is one, from that we will have multiple instances, right? So one instance can have multiple levels also. This is one instance, we can have the multiple levels. So for example, the different objects are there, no? So it can be the image of a man, or it can be the bus or the car or any other things, it is there. Okay, so these type of things, it is coming under the this multiple level. This is coming at the multiple level. So another type of classification, that is the imbalanced classification. So it refers to a data classification or a classification problem where the instances of the data set have a biased or skewed distributions. In other words, one class of input variables has a higher frequency than the others. So a particular frequency is occurring frequently. Okay, these are the biased or the skewed. So then imbalanced classification, example, suppose I want to go for the detecting a fraudulent transaction through a credit card. So this fraudulent transaction does not occur every day. So it is occasionally, because it is hardly occurs in a month or in a day or in a week, like that it happens. Like that. So usually such transactions are remarkably less in number, and this should thus make it difficult for the machine to learn and to predict all the things. So to solve this classification problem, we use mathematical models that are known as the machine learning algorithm. Whatever we are using, classification algorithm, and their task is to find how the target variables are related to input features xi. Input is xi and the output is yi. So we are mapping with a function that is fxy. That means yi is equal to function of xy. So these are the things it is done using that one. So we have around 7 number of classification algorithms. What are they? So if you see it here, this diagram, from this we can understand the different type of algorithms we are having. One is the naive-based classifier. Then is the logistic regression. Even if it is a regression, it works for the regression as well as the classification. Then is the decision tree. Third one is the random forest. Fourth one is the random forest. Fifth one is the support vector machines. Sixth one is the k nearest neighbor, and the seventh one is the k-mean clustering. So these are the different type of classification algorithm we will be using, and we will read one by one all the things. So before we go for the practical execution, you must have some theoretical knowledge. That is the reason I arranged this video for you. Right? So now we will go for some of the regressions, right? So now let us have some idea about what is the different regression and what we are going to do it here in this regression, right? So let us have this idea about what is this regression, what we are going to do here. So now let us go for some simple regression. Before this, let us have that idea about that other type of regressions what we are having. Yeah, just you take a minute and you can understand all this concept and all this concept. What this researcher, what the regression actually works, what this regression actually does. Let us understand here. A regression allows a researcher to predict the variations in one variable based on other variables. Okay, so two variables are there. The variable what is represented in the x-axis, we call it as the independent variables. The variables which are represented in the y-axis, we call it as the dependent variables. You can see it here, and this is the linear. I say the line of best fit we are telling that this is a model I am putting it here. So it is the putting some intercept in the y-axis. You can see it here, and these are the data points. You can see it here. It is just represented here. Okay, so we can see how many percentage it will be coming here, how many percentage will be coming here. All the things it will be given here in this linear regression that we will study. Then we understand one thing. So given the independent variables which represent in the x-axis, and we are going to predict the dependent variable which is represented in the y-axis, that is using this regression. Okay, the variables that researchers are trying to predict, we call it as the response variables, or we call it as the dependent variables because it depends on another variable, right? So then the variable that is used to predict that is what we are using to predict, that we call it as the explanatory variable, or we also call it as the independent variables. Like the explanatory variable is represented in the x-axis and the response variable they are represented in the y-axis. Okay, now let us take this a case of linear regression. The linear regressions model are used to show or predict the relationship between two variables. The factor that is being predicted, or we call it the dependent variable. The factor that is used to predict, that we call it the independent variable. Okay, so these are the concept what we have we are trying to explain you, and we will understand all things. Then one more regression is here. This one we can go for this one. Okay, here you see. From this we'll have the clarity about yeah, this we have already I think seen. No, this one again. So we are going for this one. Okay, let us take the case of a simple regression. In linear regression, we have divided into, as I told you, that two types are there. One is the simple regression, another is the multiple regressions, right? In linear regressions, each observation consists of two values, one value for the dependent variable and the one value for the independent variables. So in this simple model, a straight line approximates the relationship between the dependent variable and the independent variable. That is the first one. Okay, so this we call it as this is only. Okay, then we are going for the multiple regressions. Are you following me? That means we are going to predict the y based on only a simple x or single x it is given. But in case of multiple regressions, when two or more independent, in the x-axis two or more values are there, when two or more independent variables are used in a regression analysis, the model is no longer a simple linear one. So this is known as a multiple regression. Okay, so this is we are using only two. Okay, clear? The two factors that are involved in simple linear regression analysis, that is x and y. Y is going to be predicted based on this x, and the equation is represented by y is equal to beta 0 plus beta 1 x plus epsilon. This is the error. Okay, this is the error we represented as the e. Now see, now just you see, the linear regressions model contains an error term. So this epsilon, what I am writing it here, this we call as the error term. That is represented by epsilon, and the error term is used to account for the variability in y that cannot be explained by the linear relations between x and y if epsilon is not present. Right? That is the meaning of that one. So that would mean that knowing x would provide enough information to determine the value of y. If x is given, we can predict y. Okay, so beta 0, this is the y-intercept cutting the y-axis, and beta 1 is the slope. So just it is just like y is equal to mx plus 6, same thing. Here c is equal to beta 0, m is equal to beta 1, and e of y, this is mean that the expected value of y for a given value of x, right? So these are the things it is there. Now, in addition to that, a regression line can show a positive linear relationship, a negative linear relationships, and no relationships. So first let us explain the no relationships. Okay, the graphed line in a simple linear regression, if it is flat, there is no slope is there, then this relationship we call it as the no relationships. Then the positive relationship, if the regression line slopes, if it is upward, it is going upward direction, then it is a positive relationship. If it is going downward, it is a negative relationships, right? So these are things you can do. And the estimated linear regression equation, if the parameter of the populations were known, the simple linear regression equation shows below would be able to compute the y for a given value of x. Okay, so these are the basic concept of the regression as well as the classification. I hope if you really enjoyed this video, please do share with your friends, and also don't forget to subscribe this one also. Please take care of your health, and in the next video we are going to discuss about the various classification, all the 7 classifications we are going to discuss, and after that we are going for the practical implementations using this Python and also various library of the Python. Thank you for watching this video. Please take care of your health. Bye.